Fellow caregivers, let's talk about burnout and how to avoid caregiver burnout. In the beginning of this quest or journey, there is a learning curve. Everything is new. It's devastating. You're trying to figure out how to navigate this new thing, how to help your loved one, and how to schedule all the things and show up. It's really important, though, that you also keep in the top of mind while you're getting all of this squared away. Keep at the top of mind that you are part of you and your wellness and your well being is part of this whole thing as well. Oftentimes, caregivers feel guilty when they do something for themselves, or if they want to, have fun, or if they want to be happy, if they don't want to spend day in and day out caregiving, even if you are a caregiver part-time. A lot of times what's going on with your loved one can inundate all of your thoughts. Okay, whether it's trying to figure out ways to help them, or I have to call the doctor for this or the provider for that, or I have to buy supplies for this and that. Those things can inundate your entire life if you allow it. So you have to make space, carve out time and space to take care of yourself. Checking on my loved one. Just making sure everything is good. I have this monitor here, and I mentioned it, I'm sure, in another video. So you want to make space. So for example, for me, what I like to do, I'm out here on the inside indoor porch, and I have the monitor here with me. I have a bottle of water, and I have decided to take 20 minutes, 30 minutes for myself to come and to talk to you guys. For me, that is respite. I'm not much of a schedule, like a strict schedule. I tend to go with the flow and follow how I'm feeling. If in fact my loved one doesn't need me right at that moment, I can step away. Sometimes the respite is me just hanging out with my loved one and watching a bit of TV or reading to them or with them or doing some sort of art with them. At the same time, there are times, especially with primary caregivers, where they're there 24/7. There are times when you just don't want to do that. You love the person you're taking care of, but you're here 24/7, and everything is all about caring for them. Everything is surrounding them. And so I want you to be okay with and accept the fact that being there for them is being there for yourself first. I always say me first. It has to be you first, because if it's not you first, how are you going to show up for anyone else? It's like when you're on an airline, when you get on an airplane and they tell you what to do in case of an emergency. When the mask drop down, they tell you to put your own oxygen mask on first. Don't try to help other people with the oxygen mask. You help yourself first. So it's the same concept, because if you're passing out because you didn't put on your oxygen mask first, how are you going to help anybody else or help to save anybody else, your family that might be traveling with you? So you want to keep that in mind. All right, so the ways that you can avoid caregiver burnout, if you are someone who loves scheduling out things, then schedule your time in. I always recommend this too for people who own businesses. Part of your business is to schedule the time that you cycle down off of it, especially if you are in a healing business. Part of your business, part of your workday is to schedule time for you to have a bath, to wind down, a glass of wine if you drink, 30 minutes of reading, whatever, or however you want to carve that out. But that is part of the workday. And I recommend that in entrepreneurship. And I feel and see this as the exact same thing. So you don't have to do it necessarily at the end of the day, but you can do it throughout. How much time can you allot for yourself for respite? And with respite, you might decide, okay, there are two or three, or maybe 1 to 3 people, I should say, who I trust that can come and lend a hand for a couple of hours a week. However, you want to do it, you can do it 2 hours every other day, 3 hours once a week. You can break it up amongst the people that or person that you trust, whoever is available, who can actually step in for you and care for your loved one while you either leave and go for a ride, go to lunch, take a nap, read a book, go outside, do some art activities. Okay, be okay with that. Now, if you are a scheduler, you can schedule that in. If you don't have anyone at the time who you trust to help you with that, still go ahead and do it. You can do this if your loved one is asleep. You can go and take a nap. If your loved one is able to help themselves in some way, then you can be okay with leaving the house for an hour or two. Be okay with get on the phone and have conversations with friends or family, just connecting with people that you love and care about, watching movies, like what TV shows do you want to binge watch? What shows do you love to watch? Get back into watching all of your movies. I heard something, so of course I had to look. And your situation may be different from ours. So our situation is our loved one is 100% dependent on us, okay? And so he relies on us for his 100% care. And I am the secondary caregiver, and I relieve the primary caregiver so that they can go out and their own appointments, go to events, go out with friends, have lunch, things of that nature. And the reason that I have the monitor and we opted to get the monitor is because he feels very inspired and that he can get up and walk on his own. He is not yet strong enough to do that, so he does need help, lots of help to do that. Okay. And so he had picked up some weight because being bed bound, and he's on nutrition. He gets tube fed. And so with the tube feeding, and if you're not getting up every single day, then you can pick up some extra weight. He's not overweight, but he's bigger than what he's accustomed to. He was always a smaller person. And so when he feels like he can get up, and I love that inspiration in him, it scares me. If I'm being honest, it can be scary, but I love that. But at the same time, I have the monitor. So in the instance that he decides he wants to try to do that, I can go in and assist him and see, sometimes he might feel like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. And just because he's accustomed, even though it's been 9 years, he's accustomed to being able to get up and go to the bathroom on his own. He may not realize, oh, he might wake up out of a sleep and try to get up, or he might just need something, or he may really just want to try to get out of the bed. So this is why we have the monitor. And if I hear something, you'll see me looking at the monitor. But this is respite. For me, I'm sitting on the patio, the outdoor porch, and I'm looking out into the backyard, and I am enjoying being here with nature, being here with you, and just being in this open space that is not filled with medical supplies or equipment, things like that. It's okay to say the words. It's okay to have those feelings. Also, you can decide at a certain time of day. Like for us, we can be really busy on the phone with the different providers because that's a whole other story. That's another story, and really is easier to take care of him than it is to navigate this medical industry, everything that's going on with them. I really don't know what it is. It's like a tangled web. But at the same time, we have to find ways to feel uplifted and bring upliftment into the situation, and also to help bring more uplifting experiences. That's a whole other thing. It's about manifesting the desired outcomes. And sometimes things get a little wonky and they're reflected and shown to you in a wonky way and revealed that way because it's just giving you the opportunity to take the frequency and elevate it so that you can have a different more better experience. I said more better. Yes, I did. A better experience. And so, with all of that, even at a certain time of day, you can pick whatever time it is. For me, earlier is better. By 3 p.m., I am no longer discussing and talking about wellness and medical stuff and calling the doctors and this. Now I have turned my brain off of that and turned it on to something more fun. I live for the fun times, okay? It doesn't matter what's going on, even if it seems rough. I'm on the other side of that. For me, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to make it fun some way, somehow. That's how you lift your own spirits. That's how you can help lift other people's spirits. Just that's a byproduct of it. Okay, so what I like to do is by 3 p.m., I'm done talking about all of that stuff. That's respite. I don't care what else is going on. Now I'm talking about TV shows or what's for dinner or fashion, anything, art, anything else. Just a conversation of, hey, how are you? What are you up to? How are you feeling? You know, calling people that I care about and just seeing what's going on with someone else for a change instead of what's going on with me and how I'm feeling about this and that with the caregiving or my loved one. You know what I mean? So all is well. Just know the more you do that, and the sun is coming, the more you lean into that for yourself, the more easy things will become. You're going to see it. It is like magic. It's actually magic. It's literal magic. More on that at another time. That's another video for another channel on another day. But enjoy doing some art, do some doodles, do some crosswords. I love getting the colored markers. Get yourself some of those colored markers, colored pencils. Get a sketchbook, do those colorful doodles. Get the adult coloring books or the children's coloring books. Write a novel. Write about your experiences. Create a blog. Create a YouTube channel. Have fun, but make sure that you are taking care of yourself. And then, of course, get in a bath. You get in a bath with rosebuds, rose petals, and oranges, and however you want to do it, herbs, light some candles, have some wine, have some delicious food. That is how you avoid, I forgot what I was saying. That's how you avoid caregiver burnout. And you do this every week, every week. So if you feel like, okay, Sunday and Saturday might be your, okay, I'm going to just keep things down time. I'm going to do just the basic stuff. Do that. And then Monday, you might want to do all the full on making the phone calls and all of that. Do that. But then now you have Tuesday and all the rest of the week to put in an hour or two for your own downtime and then cut off and create respite period from a certain point. I do 3 p.m. My other loved one does 5 p.m. Okay. Whatever works for you. Okay. More on that in another video. Until then, live simply, be kind, be well.